Welcome to the School Library Pulse, your monthly source of inspiration and motivation from South Dakota State Library School Library Services. Each month, we share heartwarming stories and uplifting moments submitted by school librarians across the state and designed to empower and energize. Thank you for tuning in for this brief boost that will set a positive tone for your month and remind you of the incredible impact you have on your students and community. Our first story is titled An Unexpected Success. Our school librarian writes, "This year, our school gained a student towards the end of the year who came with many challenges. This student is mostly nonverbal, utilizes many breaks outside of the classroom, and struggles with communication and self-control. We were told the student rarely attended specials at their previous school or did not stay for the entire period. Long story short, he ended up having a great experience in our library. By communicating with his previous librarian and his current personal EA, I was able to have a bin of books especially for him, activities and materials that he connected with, and a space of his own when he came in. By the end of the year, he was either joining us for stories or interrupting our stories, in a good way, to share something he had been working on with me. He slowly moved from his own space to the shared space, and his table always filled up fast with classmates wanting to join him. My favorite was when he would walk by the library and knock on the glass and smile and wave. It was an unexpected, positive experience for all of us involved, and I love that the library can be a flexible and low-pressure place for students." Our next story is titled Sewing It Up, and our school librarian writes, "I purchased 8 little sewing machines with some money I received this year. They came with material, and we have had some polyfill for several years that was going unused. Needless to say, I quickly ran out of polyfill, but I was able to acquire some more from other schools. The coolest part of this was that I was getting the 5th grade girls and boys excited about making things. I saw a lot of pillows. One student gave his to the music teacher because she was retiring. I even had a few students do some embroidery stitching onto their pillows. The students made some pocket hugs to give to people, and they really had a lot of fun using the sewing machines. I had the 4th grade students hand sew items. It was an engaging activity that teaches an important life skill for these students. Several students asked for sewing machines for their birthdays." Next up, we hear from a school librarian about calm strips for Chromebooks. They write, "In our library, we are the hub for the school's Chromebooks. In the past, we have had a lot of students who would pick keys off their Chromebooks. When we see that happening, the computers have to go in for repair, which costs the student and their family money. To address this problem, I wrote a Donors Choose grant to get calm strips to hand out to students and the staff to help with calming those fidgety fingers. If you don't know what a calm strip is, it is a reusable textured sensory sticker for anxiety, stress, fidgeting, ADHD, ASD, and BFRD. I handed out the calm strips to the teachers during pre-service time and explained what they were and hopefully what they would help with. Then, when the students had their first library time, I handed them out, stuck them to the Chromebooks by the keypad, and explained their purpose. I also wrote an article for the school's newsletter, which included the website so that if parents wanted to get more information, they could. We had fewer repairs for pulled-off keys this past year, so I feel that it was successful." And finally, let's hear about one librarian creating serial readers. They write, "Last year was my first year as the librarian. Suffice it to say, I was winging it most of the year. A 6th grade girl would come to the library once a week and ask what book I would recommend to her. I would ask her what her interests were, what her favorite genre was, how the last book she read made her feel, etc. Her answer was always the same: I don't know. This 6th grader challenged me to really think about what impact I could have on students. School librarians are instrumental to literacy growth, and I realized I have the responsibility to develop quality programs that inspire kids to read in and outside of school. When I was in the process of ordering books, the 6th grader came for her weekly visit. She told me she really enjoyed a book we found together and asked if there were others like it. I asked her if she would like to help me find books in Tidal Wave that were like the ones she liked. Together, we found a new series. I ordered the whole set, and she read every one of them by the end of the year. I turned her into a serial reader." Join us next month for more motivational stories shared by inspirational South Dakota school librarians.